Welcome back to this pick.
Welcome back to the show, you guys.
It's going to be a recap of the Browns and the Ravens game. Ravens take this one 26-24. Let me get some stats knocked out right quick. Action Jackson had a pretty good game throwing the ball, and a really good game running the ball. 179 yards passing. Dixon had a good game, 117 yards running. Andrews was the one that stepped up, and he had 54 yards. Baker had a really good, especially second half. His first half kind of struggled a little bit. Almost 400 yards, 3 tubs, and 3 picks. Chubb really didn't do much and didn't get enough carries in my eyes. Juice Jarvis Landry had a good game, 102 yards and tub. Alrighty. Baker didn't play well in the first half in my eyes. That first interception was really bad. Second one was kind of not his fault. That third one was just trying to make something happen. Browns, they could not stop the running game. Ravens almost had 300 rushing yards, which is ridiculous. That's college football numbers. Two sides. Three things really bad about that. One, you can't get off the field, so they eat a ton of clock, and they get in the field goal position range at least. Two, a clock, of course, and 3 is demoralizing. You just person just run that down your throat, and you can do nothing about it. Got to give the Browns, though, they didn't give up a whole bunch of touchdowns, so they kept them in the game, but field goals still hurt them. That's kind of been my problem with the Browns defense the whole year. They're bend up breaking, and so much talent on this team, and well coached as they are, they need to get off the field at certain times. Gotta give it to Baltimore Ravens. They on offense especially, they play really well. That running game looks really unstoppable right now, and Action Jackson, man, he played well enough to not lose the game and definitely win the game. I was really impressed with that line to a certain degree. Orlando Brown played really well. He didn't give up a sack in my eyes, and he didn't give up a whole lot of pressure either. Myles Garrett got 1 sack, so Joe Stanley did fairly well outside of that one play. Interior didn't struggle a little bit, but this is a pretty good Browns defensive line, so I was expecting them to get a couple sacks, especially because Action Jackson likes holding the ball a little bit longer than he should and makes the plays. We'll see if they can make a playoff run. They need to definitely throw the ball a little more if they want to do that. That defense is still playing at an elite level. They're blitzing the crap out of Baker Mayfield and forcing some throws that he definitely didn't want to make. But I got to give it to him, man. He made some amazing plays, came back and balled out, got that record, and a few plays went their way, and they would have won the game. Bad officiating on that fumble, that should have been called. They need to stop calling plays dead in that situation. Don't call it dead and let everything get figured out after that, and they didn't, and that should have been a touchdown, and that would have changed the complexion of his game, in my eyes. But yeah, man, Browns definitely don't hang your hat. You went from not winning a game in 2 seasons to winning 7 and almost 8. If Baker would have played the whole season, I definitely think the Browns would have a good chance of making the playoffs. Do I think Greg Williams should be the coach? I don't know. Definitely want to see who's out there.
Mike McCarthy's getting looked at right now.
Yeah, no, I don't really like that a whole lot, but we'll see. People criticize Baker. His biggest critic, calling Cal Turd, said about someone tweeted at him about him breaking the record, and of course he has a dog Baker every chance he gets. He said that I like you can have the stats all you want, but I prefer wins. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? He got a team that almost had 8 wins. They didn't have almost any wins the last 2 seasons, so
Probably 1 or 2 wins away from being in the playoffs. So.
and they had the worst coach in NFL history, and Baker still played well and got the team a couple of wins when he was still a coach. So I don't want to hear that, man. His act's getting really old. But anyway, great season by Baker Mayfield. I don't know if he's gonna win the Rookie of the Year. I kind of think he should. He drug a team that's not really young, and I don't know about coaching staff, and played really well in the second half of the season. Barkley had an amazing season as well, so I won't be angry if either one of them win it. But yeah, great win by the Ravens. No one wants to play them in the playoffs. I can definitely tell you that.
Yeah, man. I picked the Ravens to win this, and simply because I kind of figured they would dominate in the running game, and that's actually what they did. They just mauled that defense of the Browns, and that's what makes the Ravens offense so dynamic is they could either run with their running backs or play that option and run with Jackson, and what that does open up that passing game because they do run so much, and they could hit you with that sneak pass, and that's what they've been doing. Pretty much, what's been so effective has been that tight end. That tight end leaks out and on those play actions and just gets a ton of yards, and it's been working. So their offense is so dynamic. You don't know what they're gonna do. They might run it down your throat, and like I said, then they might play action and throw it down the middle to their tight end. So it's what's helping them out, and just giving them steady points and to win these games. And of course, on top of that is that really good defensive play of the Ravens. They got a little bit exposed at times. The Ravens defense did by Baker and his throwing. I think that's concerns me a little bit, but not a whole lot because they did make some plays and made Baker turn the ball over, which is the Ravens are really good at that as well, making them turn the ball over. So that's why I say I'm not too concerned because they're really good at causing turnovers. But there's times that they got exposed on the deep ball, and that makes me a little concerned. But outside of that, man, I agree with Adam. I think this is one of the scariest teams to be playing in the AFC right now. I really don't even get past them that they can make the Super Bowl because as when Adam was sitting here talking, I was thinking about it. There's only a couple teams in that AFC roster right now that's in the playoffs that has really solid defenses, which is Texans and I wouldn't say really solid. I would say for the Texans, but I wouldn't say really solid for the Chargers. But they're solid. I wouldn't say really solid, but they're solid. But outside of that, these other teams really struggle on defense. The Chiefs struggle on defense, and the Patriots struggle on defense. So it wouldn't get past me that these Ravens could make the Super Bowl. So they played, like I said, they played pretty solid on defense today, and they played pretty solid on offense. I think one thing that was a negative and a positive which was a positive for the Browns defense is they kept them in this game by making them kick a ton of field goals, and that's the bad side for Ravens. They need to score touchdowns, a lot more touchdowns if they're going to expect to move on in these playoffs, because that is one other thing that these teams can do is score. So they got to be able to score a little bit more than 26, I believe. They need to get in about the 30 range in this playoffs to definitely secure a victory. So that was, like I said, another kind of little concerning thing for the offense is they got to get in the red zone and the end zone more. But yeah, man, that was the flip side. Ravens defense kept the Browns out of the end zone enough to make them kick field goals and not get out of hand in this game. And yeah, that's what it was. It was really the battle of two defenses not breaking and just kind of bending and making them kick field goals. And yeah, Ravens kicked enough field goals and got enough points to beat the Cleveland because, like I said, they're getting beat on these deep balls, and those touchdowns were deep balls. So Cleveland kept themselves in it, and they were right there. But yeah, that defense showed up and got those turnovers when they mattered. So great win for Baltimore. Cleveland, don't hang your heads. You guys are literally 7-8. Like you guys, last year didn't even have a win. So you guys have no reason to hang your heads. You guys got pretty solid defense. Yeah, they need some, works and kinks to figure out, and possibly one or two more players. And offense, man, you guys got a talented quarterback. Baker my eyes, had an incredible season, regardless of what other people want to say. I think he had an amazing season, especially for being a rookie and taking over this team that, like I said, didn't even win a game last year. So I think that's absolutely impressive. And, yeah, you guys got weapons on offense. You guys got Juice. He's a great slot receiver, but you guys do need a number one. Y'all guys definitely need a number one receiver. And you guys got a pretty solid running back in Chubb. So
pretty good tight end.
Pretty good tight end. Yeah, good. I'm glad you mentioned that. Njoku actually played really well this season. So They could definitely make a run for next year, man. Like I said, they were 1 or 2 wins away this year from making it. So
They're in the window now.
yeah, they're definitely there. Cleveland, you guys have a team to be excited for now. So great job for Cleveland. You know, you can't, like I said, you don't hang your heads for nothing. So great win by Baltimore, and yeah, man, I think they could possibly make it all the way.
Alrighty, well, that's all I got to say about this game.
That'd do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. See you on the next one.